What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Ron back with another episode of Small Talk. So today, I think I'm going to give my thoughts and expectations on training camp and what I think needs to happen during that time for us to be successful in the regular season. So we're going to go through offense, defense, kicker, um, and just give my explanations and thoughts on that and how we are going to be able to succeed in the regular season. Let's dive right in. Let me have this set up and let me do this really quickly. Boom. So let's do that. So let me go ahead. Boom. Slideshow. Hold on. Like, hold on, give me 1 second. Boom. 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 There we go. All right. So, what I want to see in Commander's training camp on defense is creating havoc, impacting the game, forcing turnovers, getting pressure on the quarterback. That's what I want. That's what I want to see in the regular season in training camp. Can we get consistent pressure on the quarterback and create turnovers? Can we do that in training camp and then push that to the regular season? Be consistent. Practice what you play or practice how you play. So, aggressive execution in this defense. So, the aggressive execution is being relentless. You need to be playing with a relentless intensity and bringing exotic blitz packages, attacking the backfield, getting after the quarterback, creating havoc in the backfield for the defense to get those turnovers. And versatility on defense is what's going to help us too. Disguising your coverages, making a man coverage look like a zone coverage, making a zone coverage look like a man, uh, switching guys in and out, rotating in and out every down, putting Mikey Sanders still outside or in the slot, moving Trey Amos to the slot or outside, moving Sonny Styles to blitzing, covering, moving Leo Chanel, the same thing. Moving Sonny Styles to the slot at times. Versatility on defense. That's what we need. And we need discipline in pursuit. If you're going to be in pursuit of somebody, you need to make sure to make the tackle. Too many times in 2024 and 2025, missing too many tackles has hurt us. If you don't make the tackle, that can go for an 80-yard touchdown or a 75-yard touchdown or a 40-yard touchdown. If you have the guy, you need to be able to wrap him up. I want to hear that we are able to wrap guys up and get them on the ground in training camp. And again, make that an impact point for regular season again. We need to prevent explosive plays. Too many times last year, how many 40-yard touchdowns did we give up? How many 70-yard touchdowns did we give up? If we are going to be successful, I want to hear in training camp, hey, this defense held their own. They didn't give up a big play. They didn't let the offense go on long drives. That's what I want to hear on the defensive side of the ball. That those are my key points for defense. So for offense, the running game under center. I need to see more under center runs than shotgun runs. We ran the ball too many times in the gun last year, and I didn't like it. And when we did, it was not effective. Reminded me of Eric Bieniemy in 2023 when he did that. The running game was not very effective running out of the gun. Uh, Deception on offense, utilizing different formations and having the same play. Passing game needs to have more short concept, play action or short concepts. Big plays. We need to make explosive plays on offense. If this offense is going to be dynamic, it needs to make explosive plays. Period. Need to take a shot down the field. We need to get like a 40-yard gain on this play, maybe a 15-yard gain on that play, or give plays in succession to build up to the big play. So let's say you have a 5-yard run. Okay, now let's go play action and do a 40-yard bomb to Terry McLaurin for a touchdown. You know, those type of things. So quarterback development, obviously, we know who the quarterback is Jaden Daniels. Utilize bootleg, getting him out of the pocket, extending plays, uh, make it decision making. Don't force Jaden to run when he doesn't have to run. Now, if he has to run, it better be because nobody's open. But even then, the receivers need to get open while he's improvising. If you see your quarterback's in trouble, you need to find space in that zone or figure out a way to beat that man coverage to get open. But if he has to run, so be it. Safety, protect the investment. Protect 5 at all costs. If Jaden Daniels is healthy, we have a chance to win week out and week in and week out. Period. Wide receivers, development. We need to establish a number 2 next to Terry McLaurin. And we need to increase Terry McLaurin's involvement in this offense. In training camp, I want to hear Terry got 8 targets. I want to hear Luke McCaffrey had a good day. I want to hear Traylon had a good day. I want to hear all these receivers stepping up, having a good day in training camp. And again, translate that from training camp to the football field. Depth, giving opportunities to the young guys to get some run in these games. Making sure these young guys can develop, making sure they get the offense, making sure they understand what Jaden is doing. So that way they're not confused on where to line up and where to go and what they're supposed to be doing on each play. Next up, let's talk about some players. So Luke McCaffrey. I'm looking for Luke McCaffrey to elevate the Commanders' offense. In a limited role last year, he did establish himself as a reliable target. In the short game and intermediate game, we saw in the Raiders game, he can. I think he become a third down guy if we need to. We need him to be, because in that Raiders game, even in that Raiders game, or in certain spots, he played well. And he played well and got conversions on third downs. He showcased his ability to run after the catch. He showed some development this year. Even in OTAs, we heard, "Hey, Duke's been good. He's been stepping up. His route running looks crisper." So I'm looking for that to translate into 2026, meaning you have to step up. So the mandate for him stepping up is route running. Expand your route running. Get better at the short to intermediate game. Get better at faking guys out when you're running a deep route or an over route. Say you fake inside, come back outside, run a fade route or something like that. Getting leverage on guys, getting a good target share in these games if you are playing. making sure you are a friendly target for the quarterback. Oh, Mike, let's go to the defensive side of the football here. Mikey Sainristil. Past 2 seasons, Mikey Sainristil has led our defense in turnovers. That's why I put he is a defensive ball hawk because he has the instincts to make plays on the ball. He has spatial awareness and the vision to make plays on the football and disrupt the passing lanes. He can flip the field with his turnovers. We've seen it in 2024 and this year. The man can flip games with his turnovers. He's led our team in turnovers the past 2 seasons. He is a playmaker. He had 4 total interceptions in 2024. He added 2 in 2025. He takes the ball away, which in turn is going to give more opportunities to David Blau's offense. Because you're giving them extra possessions. You're gonna give them short fields. That is going to maximize the offensive play calling under David Blau. And if we continue to get Mikey Sanders still involved in this defense, he has the potential to lead our defense in turnovers again for the third straight year. And again, in turn, with him giving opportunity to the offense, it's going to lead our offense to be one of the highest scoring offenses in the league. Period. So, Sonny Styles. I think he can be a defensive guru, a defensive minded guy that is going to strike fear into the opponents. 6'5", running a 4.4. So you are already physically intimidating because you have size, you have elite size and speed. You're versatile. You can play the slot. You can play safety. You can play linebacker. You can play anywhere in this defense because you played safety and you run like a wide receiver. So he has a defensive mastery that I think can be good in this defense. Because again, you're versatile. You can read pre-snap adjustments. You can adapt to complex schemes. You can disrupt the passing lane. You can stop the run. And and going off of that, he can potentially win Defensive Rookie of the Year if he continues on the trajectory we know he can be on. So, in order for him to do that, he needs to have a good to great rookie season worthy of the accolades that he is going to earn in the near future. And he's going to be a nightmare to game plan against because you're going up against a 6'5", 6'5" guy who runs a 4.46. He can disrupt passing lanes. He can come after you blitzing. He can cover. He is versatile on every single down because you don't know where he's going to line up in one play. He can line up in the slot. He can line up at safety. He could blitz one play. You don't know where he's going to be. That speaks to his versatility in this defense. And he is going to be one of the main reasons we're going to be getting more turnovers because he is going to make it high impact, momentum shifting plays during crucial games. Whether we need a third down stop, Sonny Styles is going to be like, okay, I got you. We need an interception. Okay, I got you. We need a forced fumble. Okay, I got you. Sonny Styles will be able to step up this year, I think. Trey Amos, another commander, I think who's going to have a good year. In some spots last year, yes, he played well, especially the Raiders game where he should have had his first interception, but he dropped it. So, and he's going to be 100% healthy this year. So, in training camp, when you are healthy, prove that you are going to be that number one corner. We know you can be. Go lock up that number one receiver. Go hold your own against Terry McLaurin. In the regular season, go lock down that number one receiver. And you can build on those flashes we saw from you last year. because you're ready to translate that into this new defensive scheme that we're going to run. And I think he has the premier caliber to hold his own against the opponent's number one receiver if not playing well. Because last year we seen it. He stepped up when Marshawn Lattimore was hurt. He had to take over that role, and he did play well. All he has to do is stay healthy this year, and I believe that potential is through the roof. He can become one of the premier corners in the league when given the opportunity to be tested. And I think he is perfect for this because the system we're running will be based on our defensive line getting pressure. And this can potentially lead to game wrecking defense. Because if your secondary is playing well, your defensive line plays well. If your defensive line plays well, your whole defense plays well. Let's go take that momentum from training camp and take that into the regular season and see what we can do. So Amik Robertson, I think he's going to also dictate the defensive narrative of his team. In Detroit, we've seen him play inside and out, but last year he did struggle because he was flipping inside and out all the time. He wasn't consistent in one place. They were asking him to say, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Heck, he even probably played safety at one point. So he did have that slow start in Detroit in this past season, but I think in 2026 he can bounce back. Why? Because he's only going to be in the slot. And I think undeniably, he's going to prove why he's one of the best slot corners in the league. Because he can force fumbles, he can get you turnovers. He is going to break the offense's back when it comes to turnovers because we've seen him force fumbles. Every time he's been in the slot, he can force fumbles. He can get you interceptions. We're not asking Amik Robertson or Mikey Sanders still to cover for 3 seconds or for 10 seconds. We're asking them to, hey, make plays on the football when there's an opportunity to make plays. So, and again, speaking of turnovers, he can be a turnover engine, meaning he can force turnovers, flip field, and this is going to directly impact the Commanders' offense once again to be one of the highest scoring in the league. And we're going to dictate what you do. The offense isn't going to dictate what we do. We dictate what you do. You are going to play on our terms. We don't play under yours. And he's poised and ready to prove he belongs in this stage and the deep hunger to make him an undeniable impact on this defense. With his wealth of experience and the way he plays, he is scrappy. He is going to be a day one. I think the fans are going to like him. We may never like the signing day one, but you're going to like him. Trust me. And Durante Jones, he is a defensive mastermind. With all the minds he's been under, like Mike Zimmer, of Brian Flores, Marvin Jones, all these guys he's been under. He doesn't promise it empty promise. He has no empty promises. He's not gonna hear. He's not here for long-winded speeches. He's not gonna give these one-liners. He's here to strictly implement the defense and coach it. Period. He has a IEP for guys to learn individually. He's going to say, "Hey, I know how to get these people to learn, so I'm going to adapt my teaching style to help this guy learn, whether it's visual, whether it's hands-on, whether it's auditory, however you learn. I'm going to take the time to know you, to get to know you, and implement that into what you are going to be able to do for this defense." And again, like I mentioned, he has elite pedigree, learning under many defensive minded coaches and utilizing those key insights. And then you can take those insights, put them in your defense to give the defense the best way to succeed in 2026. And like I mentioned before, he has an individual education program for the defensive players to adapt rapidly to what he is going to do. And obviously, everyone is going to have their role. You and he, they know exactly what they're going to do on every down, every play. Whether it's going to be to cover another guy, whether it's going to them playing the number two corner, whether it's them playing safety, whether it's bringing them down into the box, whether it's versatility. This defense will be based on versatility, pressure, and turnovers. And he has that championship drive, that championship unit. He has a learning agenda that serves the defining defensive theme for training camp, and this needs to directly translate into the regular season. And Deontay Jones's defense will help the offense develop because they're going up against it every day in practice. They're going to see these different looks in practice. So when they get into a regular season game, they're going to be like, hey, I've seen this look before. So let's go ahead and adjust to this look so we can attack that look. Simple. It's just like on defense. Okay, we've seen this offense. We've seen this formation. So let's get in this formation and attack it that way. It's that simple. So we're going to be a pre-snap. We're going to adjust pre-snap. We're going to be prepared for what the opponents bring during the regular season. Period. So, and David Blau's offense. And I'm excited about this offense, man. This man has a championship foundation because he's learned under guys like Kevin O'Connell from the Vikings, the air raid under Cliff Kingsbury. He's learned under Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, Matt Stafford, Jared Goff. He's learned under these guys. And he has Pro Bowl insight from these quarterbacks, like I mentioned earlier. Matt Stafford, uh, Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, all these Pro Bowl quarterbacks he's learned under. He has a strategic synthesis in how he's going to utilize his mental respiratory to tailor offense to Jaden Daniels' strength. See, Jaden Daniels is a dual threat quarterback, guys. He can run it, he can pass it, he can improvise. All he has to do now is take the game up here. If he gets it up here, it's over. Jaden can be one of those quarterbacks that can destroy a defense. Trust me. And his defensive strategy, these complex schemes and diverse concepts that he has will challenge and strengthen the Commanders' defense when it comes during training camp and regular season. He and Blau has a drive, and that's going to accelerate him to being a head coach position in this league. So this dude, he has a legendary competitive drive that you cannot teach. He mentioned in his interview, whether it's somebody else on the sideline or his wife on the sideline, he wants to bury him. He wants to bury the opponent. Simple. He is competitive. He wants to win. He has that hunger and that drive to win. And I love it. He has that work ethic. As soon as Dan Quinn hired him, he said, okay, how can I make this offense tailor to Jaden Daniels' strength and hide his weaknesses? He has absolute confidence in Jaden Daniels to be one of the best signal callers this league has ever seen. Simple. And if this offense is successful, he is going to be on a fast track to being a head coach next year. He is on a fast track because he went from a backup quarterback to the assistant quarterbacks coach here in Washington to the quarterbacks coach just last year. And now he is the offensive coordinator. And I wouldn't be shocked if this offense can be what it can be, what I believe it can be. He is going to be a head coach in no time. And talk about the kicker position. So during mini camps, we know about the kicker position between Jake Moody and Drew Stevenson. And right now, both of them have had accuracy issues and all that. However, Drew Stevens right now is winning because of his more consistent kicking. But we know this battle is going to be into the preseason to see who makes the roster or not. So, and preseason will be that deciding factor in who is going to win the job, who is going to be more consistent during the preseason. That is going to be the determining factor if one of these two kickers make the team or not. So, the Commanders wide receiver 2 battle, and I believe it's between two guys, Antonio Williams and Treylon Burks. So Antonio Williams has been a standout in training camp. With his route running, with his versatility on offense, with him playing outside and inside, he's turned heads by making plays with his consistency in route running. He has the opportunity to start outside next to Terry McLaurin outside. His draft pedigree, he is a third round pick. He has adapted to the playbook rapidly, and he has high upside. He has a high upside to be the number 2 wide receiver, and potentially, if Terry leaves in the next couple of years, potentially he could be our wide receiver 1 if he shows flashes this offseason. And Treylon Burks, as you know, he was here last year. He had a flash of brilliance this year with the amount of time he played. He's played well. And obviously you saw that one-handed catch versus the Broncos, meaning he is a big-bodied receiver that can go up and get it. We know he has that potential because he was a first-round pick by the Titans. He has raw physical talent that no one can teach. That's what made him a first-round pick. He has talent. He has just not been able to stay healthy. That is it. He needs to be healthy. And he's going to have competition, but he needs to stay hot. If he wants to win the number 2 battle, he is on track to do that. He has to be on the rookie's heels no matter what. Needs to be consistent in training camp. He has to be able to be consistent and healthy if he wants to win that number 2 job. So, and this competition between both of them is going to elevate the Commanders' passing game. It doesn't matter who wins it, but they will bring a athletic prowess to this offense that we haven't seen in a long time. They're both going to be reliable for Jaden Daniels, but they need to be more consistent than the other in order for them to make a case for the 53-man roster or the number 2 wide receiver spot. And I believe that is it. That is the last slide. So let me do this. Boom. So, hey, like I said, all those are going to be key factors in our success this year. So I'm looking forward to training camp. Looking forward to a preseason. Looking forward to football. And that'll do it for me. on this episode of Small Talk. And as always, hail to the commanders, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.